Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Got another crossout video for us today. Now today's video is essentially going to be about how you can make coins in crossout. We are going to cover pretty much most aspects of the game and how you make coins in each of them. So the video is going to be broken down into basically two different segments. We're going to do first we're going to cover PvP and what is the most efficient way of farming coins or getting coins in PvP with the different modes and whatnot, because there's quite a few and it can be confusing. We're going to skip PvE, so we're going to skip any raids or leviathans or whatever you call stuff like that, because I absolutely hate it. It's a form of torture for me, to be honest, playing PvE in this game. Actually, just to prove that point, let's have a look at my stats. No, not those stats, these stats. Now, I have nearly 18,000 games of Clan Wars in this game. I have 24,000 matches of PvP. I have 750 raids. And those were when I started the game. It's just, I'm not doing this crap. It's just, the rewards aren't anything special for raids, and the monotony of it is just soul destroying. Absolutely soul destroying. So we're going to skip PvE, sorry. We'll do PvP, and then we're going to talk about the market. So you can make coins various ways in the market. The market itself is going to be the lion's share of the talking in this video, because you can break it down. I'm going to split it into three main segments. Firstly, what I'm going to cover in the market is the method that I use to make coins on the market the most. So there's one that I use because it's very easy and it's low effort, and I cannot be bothered, to be honest. I don't really need coins in this game at the moment. I made a bunch when I played Clan Wars, and to be honest, PvP isn't that expensive, so I don't need too many coins. I can't be bothered to play the market anymore. But this one I do use because it's low effort. The second one of getting coins on the market is going to be the one that I would recommend to most players. It's the most efficient way, and anyone can do it. Anyone with probably 800 coins or less can do this, to be honest. 1,000 at most can do this, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's really efficient, really reliable. It's just how much time you put into it is how much you get out of it, type of deal. So that's going to be number two, and number three is going to be the third way I would recommend of getting coins. Now there are quite a few different ways of making money on the market, but these are the three that I would recommend, and the three that are the most effective in my opinion, and they don't require any real world money or any investments or any stuff like that. It's just the coins you win in game to make more coins, just stuff like that. So firstly, we're going to talk about PvP, because there's a bunch of different modes and it can be confusing. Actually, I've done the numbers because I'm old and I've got a notebook now, so I don't forget stuff. But the most efficient game mode for, in terms of just farming resources or farming a coins equivalent of resources in PvP, is actually Battle for Uranium. You get roughly the same rewards in a Battle for Uranium match as you do from a general PvP match of scrap. So say, get the scrap metal. You get the same amount from Uranium Wars in terms of reward, but the match lasts about, well, half the time, to be honest, because it's a 4v4 as opposed to a 6v6, so they go quicker. Hence, it's the most efficient. Now, also you get, the chance rewards of actually getting uranium. So when Battle for Uranium comes around, if you are trying to farm, I would recommend it. If you have, obviously, the power score build available. The second most efficient way of doing it, of farming PvP, is actually just the Battle for Uranium scrap, and no, not Battle for Uranium, the missions classic, you should say. The scrap and the batteries are the two most effective. I've done the numbers. Now, any of the things I talk about on in this video is going to be after tax and on the PlayStation market. So please, for the love of God, if you're a PC or an Xbox guy, do not quote me saying that I'm wrong and that I got the math wrong. I am incredibly good with numbers. It's one of my few skills with life, to be honest. So the math is correct, and it's on the PlayStation market. So just keep those comments out, because they will just annoy the living hell out of me. It really annoys me when people get maths wrong, because I don't. Anyway, the most efficient is scrap. The second most efficient after Battlefield Radium, I should say, is scrap and batteries. Now, I am going to tell you a really depressing statistic in this game. So, if you play one of these, are the general PvP modes in the game, for those who don't know. If you finish a scrap uh, match or battery match in this game, after tax, you will earn just over 2 coins per win on a premium account. Just put that in mind. I've a premium account which costs like I think 30 quid for a year during a sale, something like that. You will get 2 coins per win of a scrap metal PvP match, and just under 2 coins of a win for a batteries PvP match. Wires is like 1.6. So that just to really depress people. So 2 coins per PvP match is just ridiculous. Also, compare that to the top 10 guys. Sorry, so the guys in a top 10 clan wars, or top 10 clan. A top 10 clan in this game, or remember, if you cap out with the weekly rewards and everything, will get 12 to 13,000 coins a week. Now, bear in mind, they earn 5 coins, 5 uranium a win with a premium account, and they barely have to try. They can cap out in like a session and a half if you play Clan Wars. 12 to 13,000 coins a week, and then the general player base gets 2 coins per win of a PvP match. So you'd have to play 6,500 games of PvP to earn what a Clan Wars guy does in a week. A top 10 Clan Wars guy, I should say. But yeah, I'm no marketing genius, but that doesn't seem like a good formula for a healthy game, personally. Anyway, that is what you want to run. The third, actually pretty good resource thing, the third option would be patrol copper. At the moment, you actually get just under 2. Well, the way it works out, but you get pretty good reward. It's not as good as the scrap or the batteries, but it's probably the third best option. Right, now that's PvP. After I've just depressed everyone by pointing out how much the Clan Wars guys get in comparison to everyone else. Next, we're going to go on to the market. Now, the first one I'm going to do, like I said, is going to be the market method that I use the most. Well, pretty much the only one I actually use, to be honest. But that is basically just using the mini battle passes when what do I say? When things become available in the mini battle passes, you will buy the day that they come out, buy them low, and then you will sell them later on. So the one I use is a really good example. This is one I use personally. The Scouts container. Now, the Scouts container will come into this game once a month during the end of the battle pass, basically the last day. And they will go for about 500 coins or 400 or 500 coins, let's see. So my last purchase price in here was 520 coins. Now that was at the end of the last battle pass. So basically what happens is the entire player base basically unlocks this on the same day. And they get impatient and everyone wants to sell. Which means you can buy it on that day for very cheap. I bought it for 520 coins. Now because they only come around once a month and there's no other way of obtaining these items, within a week or two, as we can see now, they always just go back up in price because most of the player base have sold theirs or have got rid of them or have used them, stuff like that. So they always go back up to around 700, and then you just wait until, which is what I do, I wait until the day they become available for everyone again at the end of this battle pass, which will be in 26 days time. Everyone's going to get one of these. I should highlight the right thing. Everyone's going to get one of these. The price is going to go down because it floods the market, and you buy them cheap. So if I did that, you can buy 5, 10, 15, as many as you want. I normally buy about 4 or 5 of them, and then just flip them a week later. If you sold them right now for 720, they take a 10% cut, obviously the tax would, but you still get 640, 650 coins. So you've made over 100 profit per crate. And you can do this with pretty much any, you can do this with the other parts of the battle pass as well. So for those who don't know, every mini battle pass will have one legendary crate like this, one legendary, which is the main point of it, and then they will have 2 sets of 2 relics. So this is a really good example. This battle pass is a blockchain and a bootstrap. Now, today, as you can see, I've done all of the challenges for this mini battle pass. If I wanted to, tomorrow, I'm going to unlock the bootstrap, and it's going to give me a free bootstrap because I bought the battle pass. So is everyone else, which means there's going to become a lot of bootstraps on the market from people who want to sell the stuff because they don't need it or they've got it already, stuff like that. Which means the price of this, the price of these bootstraps is going to go down tomorrow, probably quite drastically. So it's at a 1,300 and 1,100. By tomorrow, when everyone gets theirs and starts selling, I would not be surprised if they were selling here for 1,000 and you could get them here for about 800. So what you can do is every time this happens is buy them tomorrow, for example, when everyone unlocks them for say 800. Now they come around every 2 weeks essentially because you get them twice per battle pass. So the smart idea would be if you wanted to do it, buy several of these tomorrow, probably go for about 800, low bid them and wait. Because there'll be a bunch of people selling, so they will become very active on the market because there's so many people wanting to buy them cheap and also just sell them because they already have it. So buy them for 800, several of them for 800 tomorrow. I would wait probably 4 or 5 days and then start to sell them for a higher price, say 1,000, 1,100, because they will go back up. Now, you don't want to wait too long because, like I said, in 2 weeks, everyone unlocks a second version and it'll go down again. But I would wait probably 4 or 5 days. They should go back up to just over 1,000 to set. You can sell it for just over 1,000, I would say, probably, and make 50, 100 coins off each bootstrap. You can wait a bit longer. It depends on how long you want to risk it, but it's a really easy way of doing it, to be honest. Oh, hello. Okay, well, the game server went down temporarily in between my recording, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, that is the first way of making money from the mini battle pass. You don't even need to own it to do it. As long as you do the challenges, you can keep a track of the day that the items are going to drop and then just make the most of it when they go down in price. So that's the first one. Number two, I would recommend to pretty much every player who wants to just make easy coins, or especially newer players. All you really need is like 1,000 coins and you can do this. And the way of doing that is to just flip items on the market. So you can do this for blue, any rarity really. That depends on how much coins you have. But the most efficient and the most effective, I would say, would probably be blue items or rare items. Basically, it's a simple process. You just buy. They've even made it for you can see the ROI and the profit margins. But basically, you just find out the difference in prices. So you can buy these for say, if you slow buy these for say 33 coins right now, and someone sells it to you, then you flip it and sell it for say 49. After tax, you make 44, and you get 10 coins profit. They've even giving you a profit margin. So that's what you do. You just buy low and sell high. Now, the really good thing about doing it with blues is that they flip fast. Obviously, the higher in rarity you go, the more return you'll get per item, but they do take longer to actually flip. Whereas with blue items, you can flip them really quite quickly. And the really nice thing about this method is that you don't need to keep going into your offers and changing it. So just to show what I'm off about, before I did, this was like 5 minutes ago, before I started recording, I put in a bid for about 20 or 18 different blue items. And that's what you do. So you put in a bid for 20 blue items and you do the lowest bid. Something that you can make money on. Just keep an eye on the profit margin or the ROI. And that's what I've done. And then eventually these things will sell to you. It doesn't take long at all. I probably get one every couple of minutes, to be honest. And as you can see, so I bought this for 41.5 coins. Now all I need to do, it says purchase, for example. I go into there's someone selling for 41. You can actually, I'll buy that, to be honest, because I can sell it for more efficient. Ooh, okay, I'll buy two. Yep, and then you can sell it for 66. I have 3 of them. I'll sell like that. After the 66 is sold, which obviously won't take long, you'll get about 60 coins or 59 coins after tax, which means I'm making 18 coins profit per item. So that little transaction, if these free sell, which they will by the end of the day, I can guarantee it, I'll make like 50 coins, 18 coins per item. Same one with the trucker. So I bought that for 35.5. I'll sell it for 51. I get 10 coins profit. We're looking at Growl, bought it for 34. Sell it for 59. I'll make about 18 coins profit. Judge, bought for 32. I'll sell it for 55. I'll make it for 49. I'll get 49 coins out of it. I'll make like 15 coins profit, whatever it is. And this is probably the most efficient way of doing it in the game. Apologies. It doesn't take long at all, and it's just nice and reliable. You don't need to keep going into offers. Like I say, you can just go in history and keep an eye over there. What if I was newer to the game and I wanted to farm coins as quickly as I could, I would do this method and then just jump into PvP like jump into battle for uranium or classic missions, classic scrap. And then in between every, say, 1 or 2, just keep an eye on my history, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. If something goes a long time without selling, eventually it'll just cancel anyway, so it won't be an issue. But it won't take long. Most of these, I would bet, probably half or not more, I have bought them within an hour. Really doesn't take long, because people get impatient on blues. They don't really care. They just sell or buy, and they don't really look at the market or much. Like I said, you can do this with specials, epics, legendaries, but the return on investment, it takes a lot longer to get your return in, and I think blues is just a lot more efficient. Even like when I was doing clan wars and stuff, if I wanted to get the most back now, I'd still do blues, even though I've got 12,000 coins sitting there. It's just most efficient in my opinion. The only thing I would keep an eye out for something like this is you don't want to buy anything with too many low orders. So say 6 low orders. That won't. I'll try and find a better example. What's that? That's really cool. So Judge, for example, I probably shouldn't have bought that. I was just doing it to make a point. But Judge, there's only 5 people buying them, so that you can get to the point sometimes with it. The buy-in orders will echo out, and they'll just get 0, and then the price of this will drop quite significantly because there's no buy orders, no one wants to buy it. So keep an eye out. If it's like less than 8, I wouldn't really buy it in terms of buy orders. So keep an eye on that. But it doesn't really matter, to be honest. You'll make so many coins out of this that every once in a while when this happens and you just make a mistake, you'll still make plenty of coins. It's just really reliable. So that's number 2. I would recommend that the most. Number 3 is quite a decent one, but it's basically salvaging decor items. Now, there are a number of decor items in the game. There's quite a lot, actually. You can do this for legendary. You can do this for any rarity, to be honest, but the best ones to do, in my opinion, are legendaries. So what you can do is you can buy a legendary, and then you can salvage it in your storage. So I'll keep, what are we looking at? So instead of, you can buy or sell these things, but you can also just salvage them for resources, and you'll get this. Now you'll get the same resources for any type of, for every type of the same rarity. So doesn't matter what legendary decor you salvage, you will always get these resources. Doesn't matter what epic decor you salvage, you'll still get all the same number of these resources. Doesn't matter what special, you'll still get these resources. All you got to do really is do the maths on each of these items like I have, and then find out how much resources you'll get per salvage. So on the current PlayStation market, if you salvage any green decor item that you can buy on the market, if you salvage it for resources, you'll get 27 coins worth of resources. So what you can do, for example, you go into special market, and anything under 27 coins that you can buy, if you buy any of these, as long as it's under 27, you'll make profit on all of them. If I bought that for, say, 12 and a half, and then I salvaged it, I'd make 13, 14 coins of profit from the resources. And all of this is after tax, bear in mind, so 27 after tax. What I do, once in a while, but when I used to do this, I would do the legendaries. So a legendary item, you can salvage it, you get this amount. Now on PlayStation, you get 305 coins for all of these resources here, if you sell them on the market after tax, which means if I were to buy any decor item for less than 305, nope, that's paint. If I bought any decor item for less than 305, then when eventually I salvage it, I'll make money. So if I bought this for, say, 260, I can put a bid in for 260. If someone sold me that now, I'd just salvage it straight away, and then I'd get, say, 40 coins in profit. And you just go through all of them like this. If I bought a donut for, say, 175, and someone sold it to me for 175, put a bid in for 175, I should say, and someone sold it to me, I'd make 130 coins profit. Now, a really good way of keeping track of which of these is going to be cheap is you can either just go through the market like this. And like I said, anything under 305, you're making profit off. So you can just low bid on all of them, pretty much. Now, a really good way of getting the cheapest ones is to go onto the shop and have a look at what packs are selling. So in certain shops, they will have pack items, and when you have a sale on them, they'll be cheaper because a bunch of people just get impatient. They buy the pack, they get really impatient, and they just quick sell the decor items. So that, for example, one of the reasons why the donut, like I just said, is so cheap is because it's in this pack and everyone buys it, and then they just get impatient and they sell it. So That's dirt cheap. You can make 100 coins profit or more if you just salvage that after you slow buy it. You make almost 180 coins profit on that. Now the mammoth, the only reason the mammoth has kept its value is because it's used in Clan Wars. You'll see them in Clan Wars. They'll put it at the back of, say, a hover, and it's not meant as armor because it doesn't have any durability, but it's meant to obscure the line of sight, so that if you were to sneak up behind a hover, for example, and you aimed at, say, a generator, you wouldn't be able to see the generator or the frames because it would be obscured by the mammoth. So you'd have to take like a guess shot and hope that you hit the generator, and you might just clip the cabin. So that's why people chuck inflatable mammoths at the back. But as you can see, because it's in the pack, this is cheaper than usual. Because it's in the pack, this is cheaper than usual. So is that cheap? That's okay. You make 40 coins off that. You make almost 100 off that, so that's nice and cheap. What are we looking at here? So, oh yeah, so I should say, sorry. For specials, you'll get 27 coins. For any epic decor items, you'll get 66. And for any legendary items, you'll get 305 worth of resources from salvage them. So with these epics, if I bought this for 51, I'd make 15 coins profit. Again, 15 coins profit, but nearly 20 coins profit. So not bad at all. It is an efficient way of doing it. I tend not to because I couldn't be bothered. To be honest, I just got lazy with it. And I just tend to do the, what's it called? Special container, is it? Yeah, I just do the special container once a month because it's easy and it's low effort. But those are the 3 best ways that I know of making money on the market without actually having to, like, buy stuff yourself with real world money. Because there are a few people who, I won't get into it, but you can buy like a premium version of this and then craft the items before anyone else and then sell that at the profit, but that requires you to spend real world money on the premium version of the battle pass anyway, so that's not too efficient in my opinion. The 3 ways that I mentioned are the ways of doing it without doing any money on your own, and those are the 3 most efficient that I would recommend. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Hopefully that made sense. Like, I'll go over the numbers actually just one last time. So if you're doing PvP, this is the most efficient. The second most efficient is a general scrap game at the moment. You get about 2 coins per win, which is depressing. You'll get about just under 2 coins per win for this, and 1.6 coins per win for this. The third most efficient is back on patrol for copper. And for the salvaging decor items, it is 27 coins to salvage a special, 66 coins to salvage an epic, and 305 coins to salvage a legendary. So hopefully that all made sense. Hope everyone has a great day. My voice is sore from doing so much talking, to be honest. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you for tomorrow's video, which is going to be a build video, which I'm very looking forward to because it involves cannons. So, have a nice one, guys.